Ooh. Hold on, people. We got a little thing going on. Let's see. What up, everybody? I'm sorry about that little technical difficulty right there. Didn't want to show you my background. Welcome to the 3-5 Sports Show. I am Mr. 3-5. You know, I have had many. If you're watching the show, like, subscribe, share the story of this young man we're about to bring on. I lived here for 14 years, and I always heard about this school um, right down the road from where I live at, called Perrysburge High School. And Perrysburge have put out some very, very unique talent that come out of Perrysburge High School. And today, I have the starting quarterback, Mr. Josh. I'm not gonna mess up his last name. I'll let him tell you that. But if you like his story, like I said, like and subscribe. And he is the leader of his team this year. He will be a senior. And he's becoming a leader. Kid got serious arm talent, serious pocket presence. So, with further ado, let us bring him on the show. I see him in the waiting room. Let's see if we can get him in real quick. Hello, Josh. Can you hear me?
There you go, right here. There you go.
There we go.
What up?
Josh, my man, welcome to the 3-5 Sports Show, my man. I am your host, Mr. 3-5, and everyone, this is now. Josh, say your last name because I want to say it, but I might murder.
Yeah, it's Takats. It gets chopped up all the time.
Okay, I'm for the show call it something else, man. Welcome to the show, Josh. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I always heard about y'all football team, but I never got a chance get over to Perrysburg and watch you play.
Yeah,
But
we should be pretty good this next year, so great opportunity.
okay. Now, Josh, first tell us where you from, what position you play, and tell us a little bit of your story from your first football memory to where you are now.
Yeah, so my name's Josh Takats. I'm from Perrysburge, Ohio, and I play quarterback. And I've played quarterback since I've ever started playing football. It was kind of my first position. I've played other positions in junior high and stuff, but
I play quarterback.
everything's kind of started at quarterback. And from a young age, I just loved the players that played it. From I love Johnny Manziel from when I was little. He was my guy. I loved him so much. I got nicknamed Joshy Football at school, and that was kind of my thing. And I just loved replicating what people did, and I've just became a fan of many different quarterbacks. When I'm talking about it now, I like dudes like CJ Stroud. I love watching old Tom Brady. Uh, and there's just so many different guys that I love. And then that's just kind of how the game kind of started for me.
Nice, Josh. I like it. I like it. So, Josh, now since you're no longer a junior. I'm not gonna call you a junior quarterback no more. You're a
Yeah.
senior, leader
Yeah.
of this team. So, what are we to expect from you this year? What are some things you've been working on for your
Yeah. So
upcoming campaign?
this past year as a junior, I was voted a team captain, and that leader aspect kind of comes naturally with me. I love being a leader. I love leading my team, and I think that's going to be a big part of our team success this year. Is that we're going to have so many senior leaders on our team, and that's going to help a lot with just our work ethic. And me for myself, uh, I've been working a lot in the film room right now and on my mechanics, just so that I am ready for when the season comes to just be mechanically sound and know where the ball's going at all times. And that's really what I've been working on over this winter to get myself to become a better player. Just accuracy and just everything being perfect.
Nice, nice. You know, I've interviewed a lot of QBs, and everyone always say perfect. Now, in your mind, what is perfect being a high school QB?
Yeah, so obviously you're never going to be perfect. Not every rep's going to be on the money. And so, in my training now, what I'm doing is every rep that I do simulates a game. A lot of quarterbacks you see every good quarterback goes out and throws routes with the receiver. Mine's personally Dominic Woods, but I'm not just out there throwing routes on air. I'm working through progressions as I'm throwing the route on air. I'm looking off the fake defenders that are just in my brain. And, that's my definition of perfect is just having everything be so repped out that, there is limited flaws in the game, that you're not missing the easy throws in the game.
Nice, nice, Josh. So let me ask you, Josh, did you always play QB, even when you was a youngster playing Pee
Yeah, so from a young age, I did play quarterback when flag football, and then we have fifth and sixth grade football called Big Gold at Perrysburg. I played for a good travel football youth team. I played some quarterback there, but I've also played on the defensive side. Junior high, I played more defense than offense. I was a corner. I have a wrestling. I'm a wrestler still, and I have a wrestling background, so I was always a good tackler. And yeah, so I always played some defense, but as I got into high school, I just focused on quarterback.
Man, a wrestler. Man,
Yeah, I'm a wrestler.
man, now I play DB.
Yeah.
Man, just imagine if I came through that. You're probably a tough dude to bring down. So, Josh, let me ask you. So, when did you recognize that this is what you wanted to do, like full time? Like this, I want to be QB. I want to, put my name out there. When was that like, okay, it was clicking?
Yeah, honestly, it was actually when I first started playing quarterback. Obviously, the dream from a young age was always to play in the NFL, and it still is. But it was always just kind of like the focus of, what I did. I did other sports. I made it fun. I played other positions. I played defense, but I always knew at heart I was a quarterback, and that's always what I trained for. So the dream's always been there to be a highly successful quarterback. But as I started getting into high school, I knew that I had to take it up a couple of notches because, it's real now and you got to do a lot to compete with all these high level quarterbacks, especially around this area.
So let me ask you this. Since um since oh let me put it this way. Since you have started quarterback, you've been quarterback since freshman, junior year. When did you start? Like sophomore?
So Yeah, so my freshman and my sophomore year, my cousin was actually our varsity starting quarterback.
Okay.
And, it was kind of thing where I had to wait my turn. My freshman year, I just truly wasn't ready. My sophomore year, I feel like I could have started at a bunch of other different schools, but I felt like playing at Perrysburg was the best option for me because I could learn behind him. And I like the way Coach Connor does things. So uh, I got to learn from him. And then my junior year, this was my first year being like our starting quarterback.
Oh man. Oh man. Tell me about it. So let me ask you this. So anyone who wants to ask Mr. Connor a question, text me 567-343-0502. That is 567-343-0502. That is the 3-5 Sports Show, and we will ask them your question as soon as they start coming in. So, Josh, another question is, um, with your background in wrestling and playing DB, does that help you more to read a defense, or how does that help you when you're doing your QB progression? Or you studying film?
Yeah, so I stopped playing defense my freshman year. So it was a junior high and below thing, but I
Okay.
definitely think playing corner helped me understand just, the basics of defense because I was having to learn it and go do it physically. Like in seventh and eighth grade, I was having to run a cover three and a cover four and play man coverage. So I understood the rules from the opposite side. So I think when I was first starting to understand how to diagnose coverage is that it came easier because I've done it on the flip side before and I know what kind of the rules were. So I think it helped a lot just
Okay.
early start.
Okay. Now here's the first question. Now, the question coming from my home state, Mississippi. Mississippi people. All right. It said, Josh, um, did you do any QB camps or any 7-on-7 during the summer to help get your name out there?
Yeah, so 7-on-7 is actually not allowed in Ohio because of the OSHA rules.
Okay.
But I was doing camps. I would go to a lot of college camps trying to get myself just in front of the coaches. I know camps aren't the end all be all, but I always thought it was good to just get my face in front of them, meet them, and just kind of give a good representation to what I'm all about and kind of my work ethic and stuff. And then, I just always done college camps and I thought those were cool. And then I was always just out with me and Dominic working on what I needed to work on because Dominic's a true grinder and I love to have him out there.
All right, nice. Now, I was speaking with Dominic last week. He talked highly of you, man. He said if it wasn't for you, he probably wouldn't be playing receiver. He like you helped build his mental aspect of you helped build his game. And I was like, man, that's some kind of leader there. And he said that's what he is, a leader. So by being a leader this your last year, what high school, I mean, what team on your schedule this year, no matter what, you have to beat them this year. You got to beat them.
I think everyone in the Northwest Ohio area knows my answer, and that's Anthony Wayne. And I think you
Oh,
got Grant Kinney, Anthony Wayne's quarterback on the podcast. He would say Perrysburg on the flip side. It's truly is the Ohio State Michigan rivalry of Northwest Ohio high school football. There's nothing better than it around here. And I think it just is war between us two. It's been back and forth the past couple of years. And that's just the one team that you have to beat. If we lose every other game but them, it was a successful season. And they would say the exact same things.
oh my goodness. I didn't know it was like
Right.
that, man. I didn't think
Yeah.
I had like this big rival with Anthony Wayne out of high school.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, okay. Now back to you. So, far as your game, you say you named off a couple guys, Manziel, CJ Stroud. So, who do you, if if you want to put your name on your as a quarterback style, who would you say your style is like? More like,
I see my game in a lot of different quarterbacks. I've watched a ton of film of different guys, and I like the way that Brock Purdy plays. I think his kind of competitive edge is kind of similar to mine, and just the way that he sees things. I think I study him a lot more just from like a body standpoint and how the physical stature and stuff. I think there's a lot of similarities between us too.
I knew I like you. Go Niners, baby, Niner Nation. I'm sorry. I'm just a passionate fan. When you said Brock Purdy, I like, ooh, I like
Yeah,
this kid. I like him. So Brock Purdy, yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. So
yeah.
um, I like that answer. I like that answer. So Brock, I mean not Brock. See, I'm calling you Brock Purdy already. So, all right, Josh. So now, okay, here we go. Oh, got another question. This question is coming from right here in Ohio. Look at this. So, Brock, how have recruiting been for you? Has it been good? Has it been heating up? How would you say recruiting is finalized for you? It's a long question.
Yeah. So I think my recruiting it hasn't been a bad start, but I'm very much looking forward to what's to come next. I've had some good talks with, MAC schools and I'm excited to learn more about those programs, but I'm truly not about division. I'm not D1 or bust at all. I'm truly, the best fit for me and where I can just go and grow and develop as a football player because you know, I just want to become the best version of myself and be the best football player I can be. So I think my recruiting will, start to heat up after in this kind of spring phase and throughout the summer and then throughout my senior season. And then I think I'll be able to make my decision around this time next year.
Okay. So now I was going to ask you before that question came in. we're getting ready to play a game. Let's say you're finna get ready to play Anthony Wayne. So, what is your mentality? What are your? Let me ask you this: do you have a routine? Like some people say, I gotta wear certain type of socks. I gotta eat certain type of food. Do you have this like little ritual you do?
Yeah, so actually, I'm actually the opposite. I prepare the best that I can, but I think like I don't like the idea of some quarterbacks, having to have a perfect ball or have a perfect day to go out and play their best. I think, you give me a helmet, some shoulder pads and a ball, I'm gonna be able to go out there and play no matter what. And so, it's just kind of that mentality instead of everything has to be perfect because it's not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to have your favorite meal. I just think I have to prepare my best and then show up and then everything is going to work out.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what type of music do you listen to? Or do you even listen to music
Yeah.
before while you're on the field just slinging the rock around to the receivers?
Yeah. So if I'm slinging the ball, slinging it outside, with Dominic and the rest of the guys, it's calm music. I like different like rappers and stuff, but it's more of mellow, chiller beats than hype up music because the quarterback position you can't have too much motion, you can't get too high or too low. And I've learned throughout this year that the highs and lows aren't what matters. You have to stay steady and keep your team at a steady pace to win big ball games.
So let me ask you this: one little young man asked a question. What is being a hot? Because he says he's an up and coming QB. What would you consider the one quality that a quarterback needs? The
Oh,
best you would think.
in my opinion, it's leadership. When it comes down to it, are your guys going to rally behind you? My team this year, we had a lot of close games. We had a lot of teams that we could beat, and they could beat us too. So, are your guys gonna rally behind you when things go down? Because I feel like my team, I feel like I've done a great job being a leader, and I feel like when it comes down to it and our backs are against the wall, I feel like I'm the guy that they can look at and they can kind of believe that this guy's going to help us get it done or at least lead us to getting it done. And that's just got to be your job is just leading because that's what the quarterback position is and that's what it comes with.
Okay, so by being this quarterback in this division, because I y'all play some pretty tough schools, man.
Yeah.
In Ohio, a lot of people don't know that. But what would you say that most, I would say, defensive coordinators and defensive back coaches, or even defensive back themselves, what do they underestimate about you when you step on the field? What do they
Oh,
underestimate? What do they don't know about you? Like, okay, we playing Josh, he did this, but when they start playing you, it's like, oh snap.
yeah. I feel like this year, there wasn't a whole lot that was not shown on my film. I feel like I did what I did and they could kind of see that. But I think this next year, I think my running ability is going to blow off. And I think I'm going to become a lot better runner. And then it's going to help my off platform game a whole lot outside of the pocket and extending plays. That's been something that I've been working on just with speed and my change of direction abilities with my trainer. And that's something that teams are not going to expect. And I'm super excited for it.
Man, I likes that. I likes that. So now we're gonna play a simple game here now.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if your dad and them around, but you name me your top five QB in the league right now? Your top five.
Oh, yeah. So, ooh,
It could be in it. Now this is your top five. Your top five. It could be in
okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have to think about it.
I give
So
you
number one, the best, I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson. You know,
okay.
MVP. He's gonna win the MVP. So, he's definitely number one. And then number two, I'm gonna go Josh Allen. I think without the Bills, that without him, the Bills aren't who they are. And I think that, he is kind of that guy for them. Three. This is where it starts to get tricky, is after this. This is where you know. I'm an Ohio guy, and
Okay.
I love him, and I think these past weeks he's deserved it. I'm gonna go Joe Flacco.
Joe
I think
Flacco.
I
Flacco.
think
Okay.
him sitting on his couch at the beginning of the season, and then he's taking the Browns to a playoff is something that deserves his name to be brought up. And yeah, he's definitely up there.
Okay. Okay. Joe Flacco.
And
Playoff.
yeah, four. I'm a little biased with this, but I'm gonna go Brock Purdy because it's just what the 49ers are doing over there in that offense in the West Coast, and it's just something that his timing is always there, and he's just always playing well. And then five, he hasn't been having the greatest season, but I think you cannot leave Patrick Mahomes off the list. And it's just like yeah, he might be having a mid-season for Patrick Mahomes, but when it comes down to it, I think in the playoffs he's going to start going on a run, and it's just something that you won't be able to stop.
I agree with you on that. So I want to know, where do you get your athletic ability from? Your mama's side of the family or your dad's side?
Oh, so I think my athletic ability comes from two different things, and obviously, I think my dad's more where my natural athleticism comes from. But my mom is, where that work ethic comes from. And that's built a quarterback's game to the max because a lot of it is skill and it's not something that you're just blessed with being able to throw a football like that. And my mom has a PhD and that took a while to get. And, that's something that she just had to grind through while still being a mother. And I think like going through that, I've realized that my athletic ability uh, has came from both, but my dad's more the natural ability, my mom's more the work ethic. But
Now,
I
do you
think both of them plays in the both too.
okay, okay. So now, do you have any other sibling, brother,
Yeah,
sister?
yeah. So I have a brother, an older brother, and then a younger sister and a younger brother, and they're all good athletes too.
Okay. Now, your older brother, did he play ball or did he wrestle or anything like that?
Yeah, so he played some high school football,
Okay.
but wrestling was his thing. He was a state champion. He got ranked as high as fourth in the country, and he is wrestling Division 1 at Bucknell right now.
What?
Yeah, so he's an athlete.
Let me ask you this: Can you take him? Can you take your brother? If y'all the same age now, could you take him?
Wow. No, he's a different animal, and everyone in my family kind of knows that, and everyone that's been kind of around Perrysburg wrestling knows that not a lot of people could take him. So no, I
Okay,
cannot take him.
so he's like a legend of
Yeah,
wrestling over there. Okay,
yeah,
okay, all right. So another thing, this is a little game we played with Dominique yesterday, the last time. It's about your teammates.
yeah.
Your teammates. So who is the fastest on your
Ooh, last year or this year? This next year.
I mean, this season, since we talking about this season,
Okay, so I'm gonna go Dominic. Dominic,
Dominic the
yeah.
fastest.
And I think it's not very close. But last year, Sam Lawonson was pretty close. And I don't know who's winning that. And I think they would argue all day about it.
Oh my goodness! Now, since you the quarterback, now this ain't if your players are watching, this is nothing against y'all. But who's your worst route runner?
Worst route runner.
Like now he's a good player, but you tell him to play, you're like, ah, dude, why you do that?
So he is a great player and he's second team all league. But Ian Hall is like that's not his focus of his game.
Right,
So like I mean I'm not gonna throw out any people that are bad at route running. So I
right.
just our worst starter at it. But he's also getting compared to two of the best route runners I've seen at the high school level. And he probably has the best one-on-one jump ball that I've seen out of ever playing in high school football.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Now, who is your worst eater? Like you, like this guy just. Who's your
Worst
biggest eater
what?
on your team? Biggest eater.
Eater.
Yeah, like food.
Oh. Yeah. So I got Andrew Bowden, last year offensive lineman. He's 6'5". I think he's weighing about 280 to 300 pounds. I'm not sure. But you know, my offensive line loves eating and I'm here for it. And
I know you are.
they'll tell you too, they love eating and it's just what they do.
All
And then
right.
put them in the weight room and they'll crush you. So
So,
it's well worth it.
hey, QB love his O line, man. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, I love them.
So, last question. Out of your coaches, from 1 to 5, well, to from top to bottom, who's the fastest? From
Who's the
slow,
fast?
yeah, from slow to fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, however you want to do it, fast or slow, however you want to do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. Our receiver coach is definitely the fastest, Coach Allen. He's
Okay.
definitely fast. And after that, I honestly have no clue. Coach Allen, Coach Allen is definitely the fastest because I think he would still beat me in a race. And yeah, he's definitely fastest. And then I honestly have no clue after that.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what is your favorite throw? I know Brady. He always say I like. For some reason, he like a up and out. But
Yeah,
some people like that. But what would you say your favorite pass was? Like, I'm gonna hit this 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10.
definitely go ball down the sideline, a fade. Uh, I think I love giving my guys a shot in man coverage, and I think there just isn't anything else to it. I think I love trusting my guys, whether it's back shoulder or over the top or jump ball. I think my guys are just going to go willing to get it. Ian Hall is very good at it, and Gavin Finnegan, and then Dominic Woods. If you're within 2 steps, he's burning you. So I think I love trusting my guys and just letting them go make a play.
Okay, I got a question here from a young quarterback from Indianapolis. He said he's starting this year, his first year. He want to know, when did the game start slowing down for you?
Oh, definitely. Well, it changed for me because I played at the freshman level, and then throughout that year, it started slowing down. But in high school, after my first couple of games, I just started to understand what was going on more. And I don't think it's about when it starts slowing down. I think it's when you understand what's going on, and then the game will slow down because you just understand it so much, and then you just understand where people are going before it happens. So when the game starts to speed up, I would recommend just trying to look at it on film and prepare more for it and just what happened here and what tendencies did I see when they did this and when they did that, and then you'll learn more. And then you'll just be able to know it like it's too easy. So over time it will happen, but it just depends when.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. So, last two questions. Who is the most famous person or player you ever met?
Oh, so player I've ever met,
Our coach. It could be in my
yeah.
famous person.
So Jerry Glanville lives in our town, and he has came to games, 7-on-sevens, practices. So he's easily the most famous coach or person. And I've done a workout at with Drew Aller before, Penn State's quarterback,
Yeah.
and he's the most famous player that I've ever met. So Jerry Glanville, 100%, and then Drew Aller is the most famous player.
Nice, nice. So I want to ask you this. You QB, you give your props. Who is the best defense and best defensive player you faced this past year?
This so as a collective unit, I think Anthony Wayne
Okay.
doing a good job. And then talent wise, Whitmer, Marysville's definitely up there too. They did a great job and they're really good. But best player, it's I'm gonna give it a three-way tie between Carter Schaller from Anthony Wayne, corner, and then Napoleon Jemison from Whitmer, and then Jason Kelly from Whitmer too. I
Okay.
think those three were just dudes that were hard to game plan for, and they all did a great job.
Mm.
And I'm not sure if uh, where Carter Schiller's going or what his football career looks like, but I know Jason Kelly and Napoleon Jemison are both going to play Division I football after this, and they're two really good players.
Nice, man. Nice. Hey, man, that's nice. So this is the part of the show where um I tell the players give thanks. I call it the thankful part of the show. We know that parents, friends, coaches, everybody will help in some kind of way to help, get to you this point. So therefore, I want you to thank those people. I mean, you
Yeah.
can name them, you can go down the list, take as long as you want, just, you know, there you go. The floor is yours.
Yeah, so first I'm gonna thank my parents and my family for my parents just for, always paying for the camps, always paying for the equipment, everything I need, driving me to the practice, driving me to the field, whether it was early morning or late nights to the gym and everything. They've truly done a lot for me and they deserve everything in the world. And then I want to thank, all my teammates because without, Ian Hall and Dominic Woods and Gavin Finnegan, I have no one to throw the ball to. And, those three are three of, the best receivers I've ever played with. And I deserve to thank them. And then I want to thank obviously my offensive line. You can't if I don't have them, then nothing's working really. So they deserve all the thanks in the world, and they do their job every day and they give it their all. And quarterback can't give enough thanks to their offensive line. Then lastly, I want to thank my coach, Dirk Connor, for just always teaching me how the game works, having faith in me as a player and as a leader. And he's really led the way for me and taught me how this game works. And it's gonna be a great year with him and our team's gonna be really good. So I'm super excited.
Me too. Me too,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be there, and I'm like, woo, let's go
Yeah.
Perry. And I ain't never been to Perry. I work for UPS, so I have delivered to the school before, but I have never been to one of your games. I see it when I'm passing through, but I've never been to actually visit your stadium and stuff like that. So one day you might have to take me on a tour of your facility.
Yeah, it's a great program, great facilities, and this is going to be a really good team this year. And I'm hoping to make a great run. I'm hoping for a state championship at the end of it all.
So let me ask you this before you go. When was the last time y'all won a state? Do you remember, like, state champion?
We have actually never won a state championship, but we made the Final Four in 2015. So this is something that is new to us, and especially at the Division I level, we got moved to Division I, and I think in 2020, I could be mistaken. It's around that time though that we got moved from Division II to Division I. So, this is big for us as a program, and I think this year will be a great start to it. Because we're really good this year.
Okay, man, Josh, man. One more thing. One more thing.
Of course.
Nomination. Now, you, Josh, all you have to say, I, Josh Task. Still messing your name. I, Josh, nominate such and such to come on the show. It could be anybody.
I
Anybody.
nominate Marcus Blaze to come on the show. He's a world champion wrestler, one of my best friends, and he's something that you want to learn about because he's probably the best athlete to ever play at this school and maybe to come through Ohio.
Oh man.
Oh, he's
Marcus
he's
Blaze.
he's a different animal.
He's a different animal. Oh man. I thought you were gonna nominate your brother, but okay. Marcus Blaze. Marcus Blaze. All right, I'll give him a shout. Hey, Josh, man, you are a smart court QB, and I would love to come out the tunnel with you if I was playing my
Yeah,
old self, but I do appreciate that. I appreciate your family. Thank your mom, your father for allowing you to come on the show. And I want to send you a shirt for being on the show to represent
yeah,
5. And again, I really appreciate your story. And I know many people, many young guys, is gonna look at this and say, okay, That's what it takes to be a QB. And I thank you for your story, man. I really, really do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh yes, and that tour, man, you better talk to your AD or somebody because I wanna see what Perrysburge working now because y'all got
Yeah.
some, you know, I want to see that school, man. Me and my little camel crew. Okay.
Yeah, thank you
All
very
right.
much.
All right. And the state champion, baby. State champion.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Everyone, this is Mr. Josh. We're gonna have him again when he win that state championship ring next year and when he commit to one D1 school somewhere. It's coming. But hey, Josh, again, thank you, man. And hope you have a good season, man. All right.
Yeah, have a great day, and thank you for having me on.
All right. God bless.
You too.
Everyone, that was Mr. Josh Takats. Tackett. See, I am not good with names, Josh, man. You know I'm sorry. But I am sending you a shirt. And Mr. Marcus Blaze, I'm coming for you. 3-5 is coming for you to come on the show. QB1 nominated you. So everyone, like I said, that was a brilliant young man, very smart. You can see that he is well spoken of. So I know a lot of college coaches who watch this show, and I do appreciate them, watching the show. But like I tell everybody, and just just tell everybody to play that theme music, And here we go. And again, like and subscribe to the show.
Only God wants you, better go live it up, cash in the bag, stadium packed, baby I'm bad, baby I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me right back. I ain't gonna worry, that's all fact, give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back.